You know, certain points in your life, certain things change. I'm going to tell you the story of how Flex Seal tape saved Holden's Titanic. Holden is my grandson. He's going to be 7 here shortly. And 3 years ago, when he was 4 years old, we were out here on my golf course, and he said, "Grandpa, will you help me build a Titanic?" I said, "Well, how big?" And he started running down this whole thing. He was like 100 feet away. I said, "Oh, come back." I said, "How about, I got a 12-foot boat down the field." He said, No, Grandpa." Now, he was just age 4. He says, "It's got to be at least 16 foot so you can scale it." I got shook up and I said, "Oh my gosh." I said, "Okay, if I do that," I said, "can we put it in our swimming pool?" He goes, "Yes, Grandpa." And I said, "Can we cut it in half and sink it?" He goes, "Oh, Grandpa, yes, 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 yes." So I researched it. I found out on his iPad, he'd got hooked up with YouTube that winter. And once he started seeing one Titanic video, it sent him another and another and another. He had seen every Titanic movie and video there was. And he got so interested in it that he wanted me to build a Titanic. So we got together and started planning it. He made models out of it, out of boxes. He drew it on a thing. He said, "Grandpa, it's got 2 smaller propellers and 1 big propeller." He knew how many smokestacks. So about that same time,
this is a Titanic?
Ex-Marine, Recon Marine comes in, and they were traveling across the country with their kids, and
what are you drawing?
He said, "Well, I really don't have anything to do. We're just traveling across over for the summer." And I had just gotten this boat, 16-foot boat up in Princeton, and brought it down and was getting ready to work on it. And I said, "How would you like to help to build the Titanic?" And he looked at me like he was crazy. "That'd be fun."
There you go, Holden.
So
here's your start
he
of your
stayed
Titanic.
that summer and helped us build the Titanic. So that's the first part of the story, and we're going to keep on going on how Flex Seal tape saved the Titanic for my grandson Holden. The great build was on. Oh man, we had to find big pipes for the smokestacks for the Titanic, and I put on Facebook what I was looking for, and a gentleman donated them to me when he found out it was for the Titanic. So we had the smoke pipes, and we're finding propellers, and Holden was building these things. And then we got down there and we started building on this boat. And one of the first things we wanted to do was to cut it in half. Well, I had gotten one of those dual saws that cuts through metal. So we set up the boat, and we literally cut this great John boat in half. And here's some video footage of us.
Hillbilly Rick here to take the Flex Tape Challenge. Little bitty Phil Swift with Flex Tape cut a little aluminum boat in half, straight up and down, long ways in the seam. And then he taped it together with lots of pieces of tape, and he boated around in a couple feet of water without a life jacket. Well, heck, that's nothing. We're going to take the Flex Tape Challenge. We're going to cut the hull to the Titanic in half sideways. We're going to sink it, and after we sink it, we're going to go underwater, because they say this tape is waterproof. It can be used underwater, and we're going to take the hull to the Titanic back together, and then we're going to raise it from the depths of the deep blue sea. So if you're ready for the Titanic to rise from the depths with using Flex Seal tape, we're ready. Yee-haw and yee-doggies, Phil Swift. Phil Swift, take that. There's our Titanic hull, cut in half, to be taped back together by Flex Seal tape. So we're ready. Yee-haw! Holden's Titanic is now cut in half. Yee-haw! And yee-doggies.
You know, building the Titanic's a pretty big job. We had to kind of find Jack and Rose and lots of lifeboats, because it had to be real. and we had to have lights inside so it would light up at night, and we had to have smoke coming out of the smokestacks. So after we cut the Titanic in half, we started putting it back together. We built a hinge in it so it would open exactly where we wanted it to in the real thing. Well, now you can't have the Titanic sink unless it hits an iceberg. Well, Saki came in and she, bless her heart, helped. So we wanted to build a huge iceberg. Well, do you know how hard that is? We couldn't find big enough blocks of foam to make it out of. So we went all the way, gosh, I don't know, 100 miles into Kentucky somewhere to some guy's house, and we bought all these foam blocks back, and then we put them together into the Titanic. And here's Saki working on building the iceberg, and bless her heart, she shaped the iceberg and she painted it, you know. And I started researching it, and I wanted to find out what caused that iceberg to get where it was. Well, you know, I've been around the world a lot, got really good friends. Well, I found out over in the UK that there was a dinosaur named Jason that actually pushed this iceberg out into the boat stream to where it hit the Titanic. So then we had to have a dinosaur. Now we're building this Titanic. Oh, we had to have a piano for it too. All right, so now we had to have smoke for the smokestacks. We wanted smoke to come out. So my brilliant idea was to go to a fireworks place and buy a bunch of big smoke bombs. Well, the first time we dropped it in, we about burnt the boat up. So then we had to get out some sheet metal pipe and make pipes inside the plastic pipe to catch the smoke bombs so they wouldn't burn the boat. Now this is where Flex Seal tape came involved. We said we want to save this Titanic, and we seen this crazy guy on TV. He said Flex Seal tape will fix everything. And I said, okay buddy, we're going to see if Flex Seal tape will save the Titanic. So we had to go find Flex Seal tape. Now 3 years ago that was a little bit hard to do, but we found it. And we were ready. Now, the next part of the story, as we built this Titanic, we found out that the Titanic was built in Southampton, UK. Well, lo and behold, my grandson lives on Southampton in Evansville, Indiana, the same exact spelling. So we worked it out to where when we were going to come and bring the Titanic to America, to my big pool, that we would go to Southampton to pick him up. Well, we got people lined up with big signs driving down the road with signs like saying Southampton, Southampton that way, and we drive there. And then we finally got to his house, and here he is in his captain of the Titanic outfit, and look at how he skips. And then his great sister, Kate, who was so wonderful during all this, she'd help him out, and they got on the boat. So then we started the journey back to America from Southampton. So on the way, we happened to go by the Log Inn, and everybody waved at us and said, hey, yeah, I got some chicken for you. So we keep going.
Now, how do you get to New York City?
To America, which is my campground.
That way, are you sure?
And people had the signs there so we'd know how we could get in, where we were supposed to go.
Here goes. Woo-woo!
So once we got to the pool, or the ocean,
where's the iceberg?
we had to get a bunch of guys. We had to take a section of fence
there's an iceberg, look!
To roll this boat through the fence, and then a bunch of guys to lift inside this boat, this Titanic, into my swimming pool. Thank goodness my pool was 50 feet long, or 50 miles long. So we launched
no, you got to stop now.
this Titanic into the pool.
The rope's undone.
And we'd set up for the next night,
you want me to
we were going to have a Titanic party. So I set up a big inflatable screen. We invited hundreds of people. And we played the Titanic movie. And we had our Titanic, Holden's Titanic, out in the ocean floating around, and we timed it we knew where in the movie it would hit the
There's the
iceberg.
Titanic's floating, Holden. Kate,
And
what
we
do you
knew how
think?
long it would take for it to sink.
Kate, are you okay?
Yeah. All right, there pulls out.
It's going to the people. No.
New York City, baby.
It's on fire.
People.
Is it supposed to be on fire?
Is it supposed to be on fire? Yes, it's supposed to be on fire. Don't worry.
Rick, is it
It's
supposed to be on
perfectly
fire?
safe.
You wanted to
There's so many chances.
see the fire? I don't think it's supposed to be on fire. Is it really supposed to have flames?
It's the smoke bomb in there.
It's really fiery. Sure it's not burning?
On a fateful night. All right, you guys.
There's my name coughing. I can't help it.
You need a drink.
Don't, they're gonna say it's a necklace down there. You can't see the necklace. It's right there. Yeah. Go back. I don't think Bob Fox can breathe.
Heath,
Yes.
we need some water.
We got a fire in there.
We need some water.
I thought he did.
And we gave it an hour and so many minutes to sink. We gradually let it sink. It was so funny.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Cedric. Is that a fire?
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
Throw some water in.
Okay, can you?
I'll get it up there.
Heath, we need some water.
We got a fire in there.
We need some water.
I thought he had a fire. I don't think that's supposed to do that. That's what we said. We said there's a fire.
Hold on, Beth. Plans are going astray. I thought we had that smoke metal all the way up to the top.
It is.
Just pour a little bit in that one. Which one was
Watch
it?
out for the
That one.
The second one or the third one?
third one.
Just pour it
The
in,
second
Heath.
one's a little bit.
Pour it in there.
Watch out for the boat. Oh shoot.
Pour it inside.
It is.
Is the flame out?
Yeah.
Fire,
What?
the second one was on fire. The second one.
Did you get the second one? Get water in the second one.
Is it too middle?
I think you break them from the
I
front.
think I saw a face. There's flame in
That
the
was
one.
smoking.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
And I'm going to get in it.
Not yet.
Get in there.
Not when it's on fire. We will do a different audio track, by the way. All right. Go ahead, Cedric. Come forward about 3 or 4 feet. Steer more to the middle. No, don't hit it. Is it drained all right? You just pulled the plug?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you hit the iceberg? Keep it against it. You need to turn it back into it. Pull it back. Pull it back. Pull it. Take it back some. Take it back towards you. Pull it back towards you. Now, there you go. Now hold it there.
There we go. Oh, right there, James. Is the water filling? Huh? It's all right. You got both your latches undone? Oh no, there's Jack and Rose right there. What are you gonna do? Okay. So we broke apart. You got the plug out?
Got the back in. If I take the back out too soon, the back will go down first.
That's okay. We need some water. Is it go? You got the plug in the front out?
Yeah.
It took 2 hours and 40 minutes in the movie to sync.
Great. I only have 16 minutes worth of video left.
Okay, we'll stop and start it, Heath. Get good shots.
Yep. That's a row? I think the thick. Jack, I want Jack and Rose. Something's over there.
I found Jack, Kate.
Oh, she's
And
going
while I was
underwater.
thinking, my granddaughter says, "Grandpa, Rose, Jack, they're drowning, save them." So, being a great grandpa, I swam underwater and helped rescue Jack and Rose and took them over to my granddaughter. The heart of the ocean necklace. And we're going to film it as it goes onto the
we
deck.
simply turned on these two little pumps, and these little streams of water started shooting out. And eventually, the Titanic came raising from the depths of the ocean. And we collected some of the lifeboats and some of the people out of the water. We found the piano. Oh my gosh. And the Titanic came out of the depths and was saved thanks to Flex Seal Tape. It was awesome. So then we put the captain of the Titanic on it, and with his sister, they took the boat back to
Where's the Titanic at?
Southampton.
We got lifeboats everywhere.
And that's where it is today. And we'll have a
I
new
want a big
episode
round of
on
applause
it,
for James,
so be ready. In
Stand
fact,
up,
we were
James.
talking about having a world premiere
master Titanic builder.
at Showplace South.
Cedric with his big
And
head
if you
of
want to
hair.
come, we'll let you know when. We're going to have a red
Awesome
carpet.
help.
We're going to drive up with the Titanic, have searchlights
Saki,
going,
were you?
and we're going to
you
bring the
built the
captain of the
iceberg?
Titanic off of it in to see the premiere of
We
Flex
went all
Seal
the way to
Tape
Bowling Green to
saves
get big enough
Holden's
cubes to work on it.
Titanic.
Right?
Yeehaw.
We've got
Have a
Austin
good
on
day.
the video camera that's helping. We got Heath on the camera that's helping. I just said Saki. I did say. Oh, it was Saki on the camera. And a dear friend of mine who's no longer with, named Bill Ford, he and I built the Flying Dinosaur and the Frankenstein together back in the early 90s. And we use them in our parades
And we got a Jeep with the first Patriot missile ever built over there on behind my son's Jeep. So, big round of applause for everybody. You're gonna be in the movies. All right. Now you can come in and walk around and look at stuff if you want.
Yo, give that to Kate.
Well, let me hand it to
Oh,
her.
you got about doing the one. Can I see that? You got about doing the one. Oh.
Did you like it?
Oh, you got about doing the one. I get it.
Did you like it?
Nope. I didn't get it, but
Okay.
why did you really let me do the one when I get in it?
Because you will get wet, you'd sink.
I
We didn't want you to sink, did
Can
we?
I keep these?
You can keep those, yeah.
He said I can keep them.
Let me get away from the dinosaur. This is for you, Holden. All right.
Look, you can see the boat is lost. Oh, look.
Back it up some, James, while you can. All right, we're going almost to the Atlantic Ocean now. Are you ready?
I'm putting my hat on now.
Okay.
There's
Let me help you. We need to bring it back this way. Put her two while we can.
Antenna didn't come with us. Antenna cable. Let me go grab that. Get up here on top.
The hell's holding it? All the lifeboats they didn't have enough. Hold it there, James. Let it sink. Now, eventually, the Titanic sank. And you could see the dinosaurs. You can see the icebergs. There were dragons around it. Oh, my gosh. And Frankenstein was there. So finally, it sank. We had flares going up. Well, now was the time for Flex Seal tape to save the day. We grabbed the Flex Seal tape. And I swam underwater. And I taped the Titanic back together with Flex Seal tape. Oh my gosh, it actually stuck underwater. I said, is this really going to work? Oh yeah, okay. So now we get in, I built in two little 12-volt sump pumps, one in the front and one in the back with a little piece of pipe on it. Cedric.